Hello, welcome back.
Oh,
It's more of us doing the anime. I feel like doing a reaction video without a face cam is like a bit of a weird thing these days.
sin,
Everyone's got the
really?
fancy face view, the
'Cause then you can
couches.
then you can see them screaming and stuffing their faces with popcorn, and it's just the best.
Can I tell you something really silly that I'm still not sure whether I love it or hate it? The metal community online, especially like the prog metal community, keeps just finding these random tiny react channels and just feeding them a mountain of prog metal videos.
Sure.
And they just keep growing crazy big in subscribers because everyone is like so excited to see people outside the metal sphere reacting to metal.
That's pretty great.
Like there's a bunch of hip hop guys and
Shit's just blowing
jazz
up.
people who have just been dragged into the metal sphere on YouTube, and it's so like on the one hand wholesome because everyone's so supportive, but on the other hand it's also just like, what is this content? It's just people like listening to music
And just like going insane. Look, I've actually not metal, but I have actually watched some like reaction videos to soundtracks for TV shows, which is is insane. How could you make that as content and yet people do, and they get like, thousands of views.
I don't understand why the whole like react thing is so popular at the moment. Like
People just love seeing someone reciprocate with them.
Not
That's
that I
all.
don't understand the appeal. I just don't understand the scale. Because I definitely do get the whole thing of like seeing someone enjoying something that you're interested in, or seeing someone who's an expert in what you're interested, like break it down for you.
Yeah.
But just the absolute monstrous scale at which that is happening
Dude.
is ludicrous.
Look, everyone just wants to connect. That's all it is. Everyone just wants to feel something across those audio waves and visual waves. That's straight up how that be.
Alrighty. Let's get into episode 3 and probably 4 of this anime.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's finish off Arc 1.
Is that actually all of Arc 1?
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
4
that's
episodes.
nuts.
It's crazy.
How was this actually published in Japan? Was it like weekly installments?
I assume so. I mean, I don't know what other format it would be released in.
I don't know. They could have done the Netflix dump.
And then Rena pops up and she's like, huh. This is
like
blood.
so old school, these like synths.
It's great. I mean, this was made in like 2005, so
That's not terribly long ago.
it's too long ago.
It's
for
only
me.
14 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Ryuki's production diary that Rockmore has graciously translated for us. This is his like announcement of an announcement of the anime being like picked up. It's Higurashi no Onikakushi is going to receive an anime adaptation. As an original creator, it was unexpected happy news, but I also feel the weight of having to meet everyone's expectations. Ryukishi is too wholesome for this world, honestly. He's like, the whole post is him just being like, I don't deserve this, but I love it.
Oh, indie creators.
Ah, how adorable.
Oh no.
That spooky girl has
Careful.
come for me. Watch out for the yandere at the door.
Oh no, not yanderes.
Watch out for her.
Which one's that again?
It's the one where you love someone so much that you want to kill anyone who comes near them.
Right.
And possibly the person
And
that you
then
love as well.
Tsundere is... Why is he at the hospital?
He's there! Woo!
How
Barker.
does Irie being here in episode 1 work for the ending of this arc?
I guess we'll find out. Oh,
What?
that's it.
What did they call him for? What was the point of setting that up?
They called him to
Why
like.
is
give him
his
a flu
car
shot.
so rattly? What is happening in this This is... this is too much.
I think it's time for
Too
the
much,
cafe, right?
too young, too fast.
true, actually.
I'm
But look-
gonna live it up while it lasts.
That's the one. That's Oishi's theme song.
Damn, I was really hoping his face would get like more wide open.
More anime.
Just eventually to the point where he's like, his whole face is just his
Just
mouth.
the mouth. Yeah,
Agape.
that'd be amazing. And then he breathes fire, and the whole building burns down, and that's how they die. Now he has dark eyes. Now everyone's like, "What's happening?
Wow, you've disturbed the nearly naked women.
How dare you?" That's the last thing those nearly naked women want from you, to be disturbed.
I thought she was like walking over pools of blood.
I wish. Yay,
It's certainly a lot
drugs.
bigger in scale than I was imagining it from the VN.
Well, it's more dramatic that way.
I guess they did say all of the windows at her school.
Yeah.
I didn't think that she'd really be able to get
Well, that's-
through
I mean-
all of the windows before they stopped her.
Keiichi's like dramatizing it, right?
I suppose.
That's not really like how it would have looked.
Has this guy moved at all, or is he just still smiling awkwardly at like one of the
Right,
nearby
he's just
waitresses?
Smiling off He's very creepy. There he is. He's still doing the same face. It's the same He's still
terrible.
just looking slightly off to the side.
Ugh.
I didn't do anything suspicious like this.
Oh, man.
This exact
as much
thing.
as I kind of had an inkling of what was going on when we read it in Arc 1, it's so much funnier watching it with the hindsight, like the explicit hindsight. You look pale, Keiichi.
Fucking lie down. You look like shit. Go to the doctor. Eat food. Be healthy.
I just want to see like
idiot.
a version of this scene just as they saw it.
Yeah.
Where like everything's fine and they're just being goofy.
Yeah.
And just put the two of them side by side.
I would just die. My heart would break.
Oh my god, they labeled them. It's so
I
cute.
know.
I wish my friends would label the poison they gave me.
I would look. That would defeat the point of giving you poison. Oh, this is pretty gross. Actually, I don't like this bit. Ooh.
That's what you get for buying strawberries in Australia. I wish that my friend's lunch came with an orchestral choir to accompany it.
A little band pops out of the box. I mean, that's basically what a music box is, right? Except, smaller and like...
This is not how I imagine this scene going at all.
No. This is much more like overt. For sure. Sorry. Boom, boom.
Why did
Close up.
Why did they turn around? You drove right past him. You could have just run him over the first time.
Rika being a subtle motherfucker. Like, my friend is really hurt, but I'm going to try and salvage the situation.
The emotive faces really lent a lot to that scene.
Yeah, for sure. And then they left because they realized he didn't know shit.
With a sense of crisis?
Yeah. An impending sense of crisis. Let's be clear.
Wow, did you see that visual foreshadowing?
Yeah.
Dude, he's so much leg.
He's a tall man.
Keiichi's a leggy bitch.
Wow, that is inappropriate. Cut that. That's not true. He played baseball.
Nah, I reckon it was just propaganda by area. I don't think anyone on that team actually played sport.
Yeah. They all just like
That's why they called him manager instead of coach at the end of Arc 1. What the? I love how there was a creepy audio cue just after he put on some random dancing on the TV.
Yeah. I don't even know what kind of show that was.
Nobody could know that I was dancing. A common sewing needle as opposed to an uncommon sewing needle?
Yeah. Have you seen Oishi's sewing needles? They are ostentatious. They are beautiful gems. Don't do it. The doorbell is ringing. Will you answer it?
No, not the doorbell.
Not the doorbell of blood.
Well, that sure was a third episode of an anime.
We did it. We made it to the end.
Nothing particularly exciting happened there, but my goodness. Just think of all the good things we got through.
Like Oishi and the bit with Rena being like, you're like Satoshi.
I do not think, despite all of my complaints of how slow-paced the VN is, I do not think I could have watched something this fast.
No. It's interesting as an idea of like getting people into the show, but it just cuts out so much, which is funny because I have the production diary open again, and the last line is, it's kind of sad to see anime that attempts to include all the scenes from an original and turns out rushed. Quote Ryukushi, 2005. I do like the
Let's make
glints.
a cover of this theme song where you sing it as Oishi.
Why don't we just do the ABCs, dude? Why don't we just do...
Because we have to tease that for as long as possible.
I want to do it, though. I've been teasing it since, like, episode 1.
Yeah, we got to tease it for longer.
Oh, shit. So you gave me fucking nightmares.
Here we go.
I don't want to look.
Here we go.
I don't want to... No, that's not fun.
Oh!
That's not fun. Now, if we were doing the reaction video right, you should have been screaming through that whole scene.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. I
did it wrong.
You're
supposed to react like, oh my god, that would hurt so much. My fingers.
So much agony.
My fingers would hurt if that happened
my
to me.
poor fingies. Not my fingies.
And my ego is hurt as well for some reason. I mean, have you
Holy shit, did you just see the whole road levitating towards his window?
I totally missed that. I was thinking about metal bats and how impactful they are.
They were clearly trying to do like a dolly zoom, but it just looked like the road was just approaching his window. And we've just moved on.
This is the pain. This is the pain scene.
Did you always like baseball? Person who is doing the same thing as the person last year who definitely didn't like baseball that I know exactly what's happening to, but don't feel comfortable enough to say it about. How are you? Damn.
some dude who probably didn't even matter to you at all.
Some guy just kind of forgot it, you know.
Yeah, there is some really like sad subtext going on here if we fucking know about Satoshi. Whoa, that's like a lion or something.
Wow.
That's the one.
Whoa, she disappeared. Whoa,
oh, she teleports.
What?
Who's that? Who's that nerd?
Okay, so in the who done it, how done it, why done it. Who done it is Oyashiro-sama. How done it is
supernatural.
God.
Supernatural powers.
The question is why done it?
Because they just hate everyone.
Why would Oyashiro-sama hate everyone?
Because they're just a meanie. They're a big meanie who doesn't let people come in their shrine, hanging out. Doesn't like people eating Tabasco sauce. It's heresy.
Are you saying that Oyashiro-sama curses people who eat Tabasco?
Yes. Except we're not at all.
Who are these nerds?
What?
That's the same guys from the van.
They're twins.
We're not supposed to know that yet.
Oh, shit. There's 3 of them.
What? There
They're
wasn't
triplets.
3 in the VN. What?
What's up, girl?
How did we even get back here? It's physically impossible.
Give him a peck on the forehead.
Are you saying that Rena can divide herself into 3 grown men in army uniforms?
She can do anything, honestly. She's a mythical creature who can do whatever she wants.
Oh my goodness, is that a needle?
We know better.
In my Higurashi? That's device X. We can't have device X.
More likely than you think. That's how this shit works. Oishi's cheeks a second ago were just like so saggy. You look at old grandma. This is definitely one of my favorite scenes though. Just like realizing what's going on. That he's like clawing at his own throat. Hate it. The screen is having a seizure. This is not good. We need to calm this screen down.
Good
Oh, the boy.
You know, I only just realized that outro lyric was in English.
What do you mean? Did I say like in the first time we watched it that it was English?
I know, but I've been operating the panel at the same time here, so I wasn't like necessarily tuned into it. But there you go. I've learned.
I know it's English. To get my happiness, I have done everything. It's actually not terrible.
That was pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Yeah.
Not to say that I was expecting less than that. But
here's the thing: it's not as bad as some of the anime haters will have you believe. It is subpar, I think, compared to the visual novel. But as I say, like as a gateway into the story, I think it's fine. It was enough to hook me, certainly.
Yeah, I really would like a edited version of the VN, even if it was like a fan made thing.
Sure. So
that we could like, have a slightly more refined version of the story to present to people.
Could you imagine if every visual novel writer did that with their work? Like how much more accessible the meaning would be if they're like, here's the shorter version of rewrite with only 2 routes and no comment.
I'm not even saying like, cutting down the number of routes. I'm just saying like...
That's fine.
Especially I'm
being facetious. Yeah.
But it's so weird because like the VN's too much. The anime is too little. I don't know about the manga.
I hear the manga is very good. I hear that certainly compared to the anime, it's a good adaptation. It has everything in there, and the gore is very like visceral. The way that they use the like shading, I hear, is very like artfully done.
Yeah.
There's some really great like splash pages, like 2 full pages of the manga. I don't know you off the top of my head, but that's what I've heard.
Well, that has been Arc 1's rendition in the anime. What a strange little anime.
It is. I'm glad they made it, but like Ufotable, if you're out there and you want to like save another one of Dean's dying products and I don't know, turn it into a gacha game down the line, that'd be great. Just get on it. Make When They Cry the next Fate series. Just do it.
I don't think that okay. I'm about to say something hefty. You ready?
Uh-huh.
I don't think Higurashi deserves it.
What?
The thing that was impressive about Ufotable's remake of Fate Stay Night was that it was like a series that had a lot of very active fights and visual elements to it.
Sure.
Higurashi's strong suits as a story is a lot more the psychology of it.
Sure.
And like it deserves a better animation, but it doesn't need the treatment that Fate Stay Night got.
I mean, that's fine. Like literally any studio I think could do a better job. I would love to see someone pick it up and run with it. and maybe even get another dub, which like again we didn't go through because English dub is terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would love to see a remake. I would love to see get like a proper treatment. In fact, I'd like to see a studio pick up both Higurashi and Umineko and just go through those and like redub them, remake them, just cut them up properly. Because we're not going to get there for a little while, but when we get to Higurashi Nakikoro Nikai, the complete season, God damn it. It's actually like pretty well done. Like the animation is actually pretty solid in that. Even if somebody just went through and touched up the first season, I would be very happy with it. And maybe gave the arcs a little bit more room to breathe. I think literally like 2 more episodes for each arc would do them so much justice. To just have everything feel a bit more organic, throw the tips in there, make us see a little bit about them, something like that. Maybe a few more like cutaway scenes where we're not following Keiji's perspective. You know, maybe we cut over to where Keiji's parents are and their little negotiation thing and see what's happening over there.
Yeah.
Just to like make the world breathe a bit more and be a bit more real.
I don't know. It's like, I would love that as well. I don't think that for how much this franchise is worth financially.
Oh God, I mean,
it's feasible.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic, but yeah, I don't know that. I mean, we'll see how Kikunia does. As of recording, Kikunia is like very soon about to come out. Maybe that'll revitalize interest in the When They Cry series.
Maybe.
I wouldn't hold out hope for it, but like it's possible.
When They Cry is clearly pretty big in the like VN scene, but the VN scene itself is pretty small.
Yeah, I mean,
so the scale at which you might perceive Higurashi, and not to say you specifically, but is like probably far removed from where it sits in terms of like how much it actually costs to get these things done.
I mean, there's a reason why Funimation never did a second season, and why Dean never did a second season of Umineko, and like none of. Oh, well, actually, that's not true. There was one anime series, I think that Ryukishi had a hand in, but it's mostly just been manga adaptations that have been like the thing. And I don't know. I guess it's cheaper. I guess it's just cheaper.
Yeah. I think honestly what would probably do the When They Cry series the best would be like a more internationally minded adaptation.
Maybe.
And I think I've seen a lot of discussion in this community previously about how like impossible that would be because of the style of Ryukishi's storytelling. But there's got to be like one mad genius out there who could pull it off.
Yeah. We need an auteur. We need like a Genrobuchi to like put their hands on this and do something crazy with it. The Uro Butcher, as he is sometimes known. Shout out to him. But yeah, like I feel like there's gotta be a way to adapt it in a way that is friendly to, you know, Eastern and Western audiences that'll bring in a profit. It's just not in front of us right now.
The other thing that's interesting to me is like how much this story actually stands up in the broader scope. Because like to me, I really enjoy these stories and I think that they're much better than their initial impression is.
Sure.
Because their initial impression is in neither Higurashi nor Umineko's case particularly strong.
Sure.
But I think the underlying story is pretty good. And I wonder if that's just because I've gotten so deep into it or whether that is actually like a measurable, you know, academically valid criticism.
I don't know. I mean, there definitely is a sense of like Stockholm syndrome, maybe a little bit. But yeah, I definitely think that the more that you experience these stories, the more that you start to get you get to know Ryukishi and his like story of writing these novels and like why he's writing them. When those elements of the story start to come through, I think that that's where they shine the brightest, right? You get that surface level of like, oh no, Keiichi's gonna get killed by those cute schoolgirls. That's not good. And then he killed them. But then there's like Ryukishi's commentary on isolation, community, and fellowship, and like all that important shit. And that's why you stick around, right? Like it's multi-layered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like it says on the back of the box, let me pull this quote here. A perfectly cute looking girl can turn into a perfectly menacing creature with startling swiftness. That's a quote from the Anime News Network about Higurashi.
I see.
And that, I mean, as I say, that like contrast is like what sells the story to me and what makes it so fascinating to dig through. But if you just see one half of the coin, it can be difficult to like dig far enough in. That was a metaphor that I bungled, but you get the point.
Yeah, because like
the coin over.
I am not a Japanime fan. There's a lot of Japanime stuff that like I really dislike, but at the same time, I feel like I'm more open-minded to it than most people would be.
Sure.
And, well, let me rephrase that. I'm more open-minded to that than most people I know would be.
Wow.
So it's very hard for me to like judge how something like that would actually go on like a larger scope. And I'm hesitant to just shout into the echo chamber of people who want Higurashi adaptations and stuff.
No, gotta do it. Someone's gotta do it. We're gonna be the people to be like, yo, adaptations. Let's go.
Maybe we just need to take over the Australian media industry and do it ourselves.
Look, if there's a Saudi prince out there who wants Higurashi
Nah, we gotta
made,
be the Saudi prince.
We can't
be
we
the
don't have any
Saudi
money.
prince you want to see
We
in
need
the
money.
world, Ben.
We need money first. We need to get capital, and then we can create whatever we want.
All
we
right.
can be the heroes of the anime industry.
We'll just play the stock market to support you being a weeb.
Look, as Western Australian weebs, we can save Japanime. We can do it.
Disclaimer, Ben is not from Western Australia.
No, but I am from out in the sticks in the Eastern Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But I am from West as opposed to Japan. So that's fun.
Even though we're basically the same longitude.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was out in the middle of nowhere. I lived out in the country. That's a thing. That's a thing that's true.
Next time.